European Space Agency, we're not only interested in building spacecraft and launching them, but we're interested in what they're used for and the impact that they can have in people's lives. So many of the services that we rely on in our lives these days rely on satellites. We don't even realize it. They're invisible to us. But we understand the world around us from the satellite imaging and sensing from above. We connect to that world through the satellite navigation systems that track everything around, and also through satellite connectivity as part of our telecommunications system. So all of that comes together in the rich living environments of cities. They're such complicated environments. If we want to know what's happening and how these cities are working, those satellite systems are integral to that and making a contribution throughout. So we are very interested from the ESA point of view in how this technology is being used, because we wanted to have that kind of impact. So making connections to cities through events like Smart Cities World allows us to really plug into what's happening amongst the population and amongst the environments within which we work and live. Cities are complicated environments. There's a lot going on. We've found that we can really add value through our work by supporting SMEs to get into the supply chain and into the communities of action around cities. So that may very often be around managing the traffic and managing the transport networks, managing the utilities and infrastructure of all of the energy and the water and the waste which has the flows which have to come in and out of the cities, and also just supporting the population of the city as they move around and go about their lives. So we're looking for opportunities for companies to get linked into those city environments, into the business systems of the cities, so that they can find new ways to add that kind of value. We make connections with municipal authorities, with cities, with regional authorities, because through them we can make connections through to the utilities companies and the transport managers and the city planners who are really reshaping things around cities. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking to make those connections, and we built our own network of friendly cities that we work with. We started with some cities in Italy, and we've slowly built up around Europe, adding more and more cities to our smart and sustainable cities network. Most recently we were in Poland, and we signed up the city of Łódź. I'm very pleased to make that partnership with them and to extend our network into Central and Eastern Europe. Having an event like Smart Cities World, which brings everybody together, allows us, I think, to make some of those connections through the city authority. They make perfect partners, because they have connection to everything that makes the city run, and we're looking to make those kind of friends here. When we look at a city, if we stand right back and look at a city from orbit, you see it as a breathing entity of things moving in and out on a daily cycle. On average, we're using 3.5 kilowatts of energy for every person who's in the city. We're using 150 litres of water every day. Another 100 watts worth of food energy is coming in, and then all of the waste and all of the heat which comes from that has to breathe back out again. So if you look at that, and you look at hundreds of thousands or even millions of people as well who come in and out of a city every day, you can see it as almost as a living entity. And then zooming right in, you get involved in some of the projects which help to manage those flows. So we have projects, for example, involved in managing the environmental impact of the traffic. So we can look at the air quality impacts of the traffic flows, because we can analyze where all of the vehicles are going by looking at their navigation systems. And also we can look from orbit and we can see things like nitrogen oxide emissions. So we have projects around each of these things, and you add them together, you can see the whole system living and breathing. The same with the utilities management, as you look at how the power is generated outside the city through the renewables or other generation that the city has. Then you have to manage the energy grid to bring it into the city. And then you have the users and the industries and the applications of power within the city. And again, everywhere along that chain, we have projects working, we have small companies working to improve the systems and make them more sustainable. And a big issue that we're looking at the moment is management of heat. So we're worried about the cities as urban heat islands because there's so much energy coming in, and also the energy directly from the sun over the paved spaces of the city provides an extra amplification of the heat. Green spaces are a great way to try to combat that. So we have projects getting involved with city planners to help encourage the development of green spaces in cities, which transpire, which help to cool the city and also provide a haven. They provide shade for people and for animals, and they provide a little oasis of calm within the living environment. We also need to think about the risks that cities are exposed to. And those come in all kinds of different forms. We have some work going on at the moment for cities on the coast. For very good reasons, we have built our settlements either on rivers or on the coast, predominantly. But now the waters are rising, the rivers are flooding, the sea level is rising. We need to protect our cities against those kind of natural hazards. And it's not only natural hazards, there are also man-made hazards. Our cities are very often subject to damage, which may be deliberate. We've been engaging alongside the European Union, thinking about how the reconstruction of Ukraine may come about, and some of the damage which has happened to the cities there. We think that the work of satellites, the contribution of space can help with the replanning and reconstruction of the infrastructure and the city environments in a damaged environment like Ukraine. When we think about cities as a complete environment with all of the complexity and all the different things which are going on within it, we need to bring together lots of different kinds of data. Much of that data comes from satellite observations. Some of it comes from sensors on the ground or from aerial surveys and drone surveys, or it comes from telemetry, which is coming from the infrastructure and from the traffic systems. All of that data somehow needs to be brought together into an overall model and a picture of what's happening in the cities. So digital twins is how we assemble this. There's a session at the Smart Cities World Conference, which we're very happy to be involved in the panel for. So through the digital twin, you bring together all of this understanding of what's going on. You can run simulation, you can run models, you can run scenarios, and think about how you may now address the issues that you're faced with.